How many of us want more money? How many of us want a nicer car? How many of us want a better house to live in? How many of us want a healthier relationship with a partner? The hardest thing is to really figure out what you actually want. I had a friend say to me once, she was starting to go through a divorce. Her family was falling apart. We've all been there. The majority of us have. And she said to me, she's like, all I ever wanted was a husband and children. And I said to her, I said, well, you got exactly what you asked for. If you just want a husband and you just wanted children, if that's all you ever wanted, then that's what you got. You got a husband, you got children. So the question is, what is it that you really want? If you say, I want to get married, if you say, I want to have more money, if you want to say, I want a better, different job, then how can we find a way to make it a little bit more clearer? So when that time comes, when you get what you want, you can really go down the list and say, hey, this is everything I've actually asked for. This is everything that I've written, and it's all come true. Always add so much more than one or two lines of what it is that you like in life. For example, let's say I want a better job. In my situation, I'm asking for what kind of a client it is that I want. Before I would say, I just want a client. I want to be able to grow the business and I just want a client. Nowadays, I become very specific of what client it is that I want and what kind of an income that I want to make from each client. When you specify, eventually, what happens is the universe conspires to bring you what it is that you want. But you have to be very, very clear. What is it that you want? It's not up to us to find out how it's going to happen. It's not up to us to specifically know when it's going to happen. It's not up to us to know where we're supposed to go and get it. The only responsibility that we have is to be really, really clear on what it is that we want. So when I ask you, what is that you want? Do you actually have a list? Did you make a piece of paper that says every little item of what you like, where you'd like to travel, what kind of home you like to live in, what kind of a kitchen is in this home, what kind of car you'd like to have, what kind of a job, what is your boss like, what is your relationship with your coworkers like? When you write down a specific item on the list, I want, be very clear and give it more, how you say, subtitles of what specifically in that line item that you like. I want a better job. I want to make more money. How do you want to make more money? Because you can go and make money in a lot of sorts of different ways. But some ways of making money isn't the best way, isn't the healthiest way, isn't the easiest way, and you may not have the greatest boss. So when you say, I want a better job or I want more money, you could get an extra dollar if you say, I want more money. That's more money. Be very specific and be clear. What is it that you want? And the how will come once you become clear. I started telling my friends because I started doing this for myself. And when I started practicing this, a lot of things started to come true. Now I go back, I actually have a binder where I write down my goals on a regular basis. Sometimes I'll write down my goals daily. And sometimes I'll make a list of about 100 different things that I want. But I made a goal list of what it is that I'd like on how I'd like to make an income. And I made a goal list on what kind of a life partner it is that I'd like to have. No, I'm not married yet, but I did meet somebody really, really special. And he ended up checking off a lot of things, about 80% that I had on the list. So the question to you, again, is what is it that you want? And have you written it down? Do you have a piece of paper that specifies what it is that you want? So you start with, I want more money. Okay, how much more money do you want? I want $1 million. Now, we all know you're not going to just get $1 million unless you are very, very clear in your heart. I'm gonna make $1 million. I'm going to earn $1 million. No matter what happens, I'm going to make it happen. Those are the emotions that you want to be able to have inside you in order to have it come true. Many people, when you ask them, they're like, oh, yeah, I want more money. Okay, you could get an extra dollar the next day. That's more money. Oh, I want to win the lottery. A lot of people, if you haven't made millions, have you noticed the people win the lottery end up losing everything that they've actually won? And the reason is because they haven't worked on their mindset. So you could have it and you can lose it just as quickly if you don't work on yourself. I'm going off on a beaten tangent here, but down to the point, get a sticky note, get anything. Write down on here, on a sticky note, every single day, every morning, what it is that you want. At least start with just writing down one thing that you like to have that's a little bit different than what you have right now. It doesn't matter how. It doesn't matter when. It doesn't matter where it's going to come from. Once you develop clarity of what it is that you want, once you start writing things down, it starts to happen. You have all of these incredible situations, things that you're like, oh wow, coincidences that ended up happening. Somebody calls you that you didn't expect. Somebody recommended you and that they're like, oh yeah, I'm a friend of your friend, and you never even thought that it would be possible. There's so many different things. I ended up getting clients from social media, and a few years ago, I didn't even know that would be possible. I didn't believe it was possible. I just said I wanted to learn about social media. I wanted to learn how to be able to connect with people and get clients from social media. I knew what it is that I wanted. And then eventually I figured it out and it started to happen. So ask yourself every single day, even if your life is really amazing, it never hurts. Write down what it is that you want. Don't worry about the how. The how is not up to you. The what is always up to you. So be clear on what you want, and be extra clear on what you want in that item. If you want money, how much? By when? What for? How will you feel once you get it? Those are some things that I practice when I write down what it is that I'd like to have. I focus on what will it do for me? How will I feel when I achieve this one thing that I want? How will it make my family, those people around me feel? Because you're not the only ones that's affected with what it is that you achieve in life and what it is that you get, good or bad. Other people around you are also affected. So once again, take down a sticky note. It's really simple. Maybe it's hard to write down 100 different things of what you like, but start with one a day, and then maybe add 2 a day, and then maybe add 3 a day. But if you focus on what it is that you want, the how becomes so much clearer. I hope that helps. I love you. Have a beautiful day.